Hello and welcome to the fifth episode of the Mikkel Frost Show. As you can probably see, I am still a koala in a suit because it's so goddamn cute. Yeah, if you are new to the show, on the screen right now we list all the different segments, parts of the show. I will go into a little more detail once we get to the different parts. So I hope you will enjoy this show. Should I probably, maybe, possibly get a theme music or something? Nah. Anyway, let's start off by going into my current games. This is all about the games that I am playing right now, not the ones that I'm playing for my channel, but the ones that I'm playing off camera on my own. And let's start off by talking about the Aurora World, the MMO, which I am not playing anymore. I haven't really stopped playing it, but I haven't played it in a while. So I don't know. I have this thing with MMOs where I start off playing them and I don't really stay focused on them for that long because most MMOs don't really have that much to offer. They're very class based and very linear in story wise, and kind of you can't do this because you're not the right level and stuff like that. And well, most games are like that, but I think that a game like, for instance, Fallen Earth, which I am still playing on the channel, has more freedom to do whatever you like, and I like that. And so, if anybody knows of any MMO with that amount of freedom, please let me know. But let's talk about what I have completed. I have completed Bioshock. That's right, I have finally completed Bioshock. For those of you who've seen my show, before last show, I talked about Bioshock, or was that the show before? I can't remember. But yeah, I talked about me. I started playing Bioshock years ago, but never finished it. And now, this time, I actually finished it. And I'm not gonna go into details because I have my vlog series, review series to do that. But I'd say that I liked it. It was an amazing game, fantastic story, really, really, really beautiful environment, really creepy atmosphere. But just to talk about one of the things I didn't like about the game, really briefly, it was too little ammo, not enough. But with that said, let's move on to what I'm still playing. I'm still playing Monkey Island 2. I haven't really played it since last time, not because I don't want to, but because I just never got around to it. I really love the game so far, the part I have played, and I am, of course, continuing it. Maybe when this is out, I'm recording this Monday afternoon, so who knows? Maybe I have played some more Monkey Island 2 when this comes out. Instead of Bioshock, I have chosen to play The Darkness 2. That's right, The Darkness 2, a MMO. What am I talking about? It's a first-person shooter. Don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's a first-person shooter, very, very, very linear, it seems, but they make up for that with some really, really interesting game mechanics and stunning graphics. Really, really artistic style, kind of comic-like feel to it. It's so far I haven't played much, but so far it's a very interesting game. I hope that I feel like that I will be getting really into this game. But here's the thing that I'm going to talk about: that sequels. The Darkness 1 was never released for the PC, which is really weird. They released The Darkness 2, but not the first one. And that's not the only time they've done that. They also did that with X-Men Legends 2, which I've played here on my channel. You can go back and watch that. But yeah, they released X-Men Legends 2 for the PC, but not the number one. And they also Dead Rising. They released Dead Rising 2 for the PC, but not Dead Rising 1. And there's probably other games as well. And I know that it's probably because the game wouldn't translate well. I don't know if that makes sense, but the port of the game would lose some because it wasn't made for the PC. But I would rather have a bad port of a game than not at all. So, yeah, that sucks. I really wanted to play. I was looking for the Darkness won, but I found out on Wikipedia that it was never released for the PC. What the hell? But that is it for current games. Just to sum up, I've finished Bioshock, still playing Monkey Island 2, and have started playing The Darkness 2. One more thing about The Darkness 2 is that Mike Patton of Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, Phantomas, has a voice part in the game, and I mean, that's just awesome in itself. But yeah, I should stop saying but. Let's get down into the village. Let's go into first person view. As you can see, already there has been some changes to the village. I planted some trees. These trees, however, might disappear again, because who knows, if I want to like build something over there, I have to cut them down. But for now, it looks really good. I have some. These are, by the way, if you haven't been paying attention to the new Minecraft stuff, this is the acacia trees, which makes this kind of wood. You see? Shut up. The kind of wood that is used for the floor and stairs here. This is the acacia wood. Comes from these trees. That rhymed. And over here we have some of the normal. One of the... What the hell is this kind of tree called? I can't remember. But these are the normal ones, and these are the birch trees over here. We have a couple of them. I thought it was about time this town got some trees. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. Anyway, and also I have built this. This is a small harbor area. Nothing much. As you can see, you can go down here. This is where the boats will be docking, and and a small little house, empty, unfurnished house, just to bring a little more to the harbor area. I think this looks pretty cool. It reminds a lot. It's very similar to the harbor I made in one of my earlier worlds. If you saw my second Frostland server, I made something very similar to this. And the reason I have chosen to build a harbor, let's get into better view. The reason I have chosen to make a harbor is because today's subject of up close and personal is traveling. That's right. When I was younger and still living at home, we used to travel a lot. We've been around most of Europe, and it's turning night. That's just unknown command. There we go. Now it's daytime. But yeah, we traveled a lot. We traveled most of Europe. One trip to Africa, just to Tunisia, so not really that far south. But the thing I'm going to focus on today is our trips to the US. I was actually in the US 4 times during my youth. First time was in 1988, and the last time was in 1997. That was because my former stepfather had a daughter who lived over there, who still lives over there still. So we went and visited her, and yeah, I traveled a lot in the U.S. I've been to a lot of different states. I saw California, where my stepsister lives. LA, San Diego, San Francisco. I've been to Utah, Arizona, Nevada. Been to Las Vegas. That was awesome. Been to New York. I was actually on top well, not on top, but in the top of the World Trade Center. Not many people get to do that anymore. Sad day. But yeah, I feel lucky that I got to experience that. I was in Florida, Miami, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, Key West. Saw Ernest Hemingway's house. That was pretty interesting. Had a lot of cats. There was a lot of cats walking all over Hemingway's ground. I think they were all descendants of his cats. You saw cat cemetery, cat houses, just like a dog house and stuff like that. And I don't know if this is correct, but this is a rumor I've heard that all cats on Hemingway's ground has this weird birth, I don't know if you call it defect or birth mutation, that they all have one extra toe. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, when we were in Florida, that was just one of the vacations. We were actually that was an eventful trip, which we well there was a lot of events this year that year that we all luckily didn't get to experience. This was in 1996. I remember when we were in Florida, we there was like a hurricane watch. Those hurricane warnings because a hurricane had been down to Central America and destroying a lot of that. I can't remember it, but maybe some of you remember which one it was from. It was from '96. I can't remember the name of the hurricane, but yeah, luckily it just turned when it got up to Florida, so we didn't actually get hit by the hurricane. But I did actually see, and this was quite scary and awesome at the same time. I did see like these giant, I don't know what the hell they're called, like, but what the hell they called? Like, not tornadoes, but these, I don't know, tornado-like things out in the horizon, and really looked really awesome. I was out swimming in the I think it was the Mexican Gulf I was swimming in, and when it poured down, really hard rain and waves, really big waves, the water was really warm. It was, and you could just see the hurricane out in the horizon. That was really, really, really amazing experience. Um, Later that same holiday, only a couple of days later, I guess maybe a week later, we were going to New York from, I think it was from Miami. And as we got out into the airport, a journalist comes up to my mother, who's terrified of flying, by the way, and he asks her if how she feels about having to fly with a company that just had a plane crash. And my mother was like, "What? Oh God!" And we got the journalist. Like got them to go away. You don't do that to people. And I said to my mom, "Stay here. I'll go look at the newspapers." And I went to look at the newspapers, and I came back to my mom and said, "Yeah, don't go over there." Some of you might remember this accident. It was the TWA. I can't remember the number. It was from flying from New York to Paris, and it had gotten 15 minutes of flight up into the air when it exploded. Something about the heat overheated and stuff like that. Electrical wire being uh, protected and stuff like that, and it just set fire to some of the fuel in the plane, and it blew up. It's really, really, really tragic story, but yeah, and the security was all high because of that. I remember they set up extra security points in the airport. So yeah, both a hurricane and a plane crash on the same vacation, and luckily we did not experience any of that. Like, so that was some vacation. But other than that, in the U.S., we've been to a lot of the amusement parks like Disney World and Universal Studios. I remember the first time we were in the U.S. in '88. We were in Disneyland in California, and I was sick. I can't remember what I had. One of those normal like childhood diseases, and it was like I could almost not stand up, and they asked if I wanted to stay at home, but no, the fuck no. I was going to Disneyland. This was something special. I had never been to anything like Disneyland before. This was before Euro Disney even existed, and there were no really that big amusement parks anywhere close to where I lived. The closest thing to it was probably Legoland, and that was nothing comparing to Disneyland, of course. And I remember I got this big like hat, not a hat, one of those shades when it was like Mickey Mouse, had Mickey Mouse ears and stuff like that. I actually don't know if I still have that thing. I might. Huh. I had to actually look through my stuff to see if I have that. But yeah, that was. But like I said, the different amusement parks like Disneyland, Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, stuff like that. But also the national parks such as Death Valley. That was one of the greatest experience of my life to be in Death Valley. That was really cool. But also things like the Yosemite, Zion, Fire Rock, I think it was called. Flame Rock, Firestone. I can't remember. It's somewhere in Utah and the Everglades, stuff like that. Really amazing. Saw some wildlife. I remember I must have been in Yosemite. We saw a lot of cars just parked to the side, and everybody was taking pictures. So we stopped and got out of the car to see what the hell's going on here. And it turns out, just on the other side of the road, only maybe 10 meters away, maybe less, stood a wolf. And it was just looking at people. It was almost like it wanted them to take pictures. It was really, really, really amazing. Um, so that was, and also in Zion, I remember we saw like was it a hedgehog or a porcupine? In Denmark, we only have one word for those animals, for both hedgehogs and porcupines. So I can't remember which is which in English, but the big one, that's a hedgehog, right? Or is it a porcupine? Porcupine? Hedgehog. Anyway, one of the big ones with the big quills, and it was right there, like only 2 or 3 meters away, and it turned like its back and just like fanned out its quills, which it means that it's threatening you. And no, it cannot shoot the quills. That's a myth, an urban legend. It can't. But what it can do, and I did not know that before, it can actually climb trees. It climbed right up a tree. That was amazing. I did not know that until I saw it that day. But yeah, I really the U.S. I to be honest, I probably wouldn't want to live there. No offense to U.S. citizens. And to be honest, Denmark is actually going down the same hole. But I would like to go back there because I think it's a great experience. There's a lot of great things to look at. Great, especially some of the nature things. There's still. Oh yeah, one place I forgot to mention. How could I forget this? We were at the Grand Canyon. Jesus Christ, how can I forget the Grand Canyon? It's a big fucking hole in the ground. It's hard to overlook. Well, so you'd think. We actually went driving looking for the Grand Canyon, and well, we couldn't find it. So we pulled over just to look at the maps and to get some fresh air, to stretch our legs and stuff like that. And I just went looking around, and I went over to some bushes, pulled them apart, and just on the other side of these bushes, well, there it was, a big fucking hole in the ground. We had been driving alongside of it for a long time probably, but we couldn't actually see it because of these really high bushes. So that was that was a little embarrassing. But daytime. So yeah, and Hoover Dam. I was in Las Vegas, like I said. Walked around at like 2 o'clock in the night, and in only shorts and t-shirts, and still sweating. That's not something you experience every day. Especially because normally in deserts it's cold at night, but I don't know, in Las Vegas it's still hot. Might be all the neon lights and stuff like that. But yeah, I would like to go back to the U.S. Like to see places like Yellowstone. I like to go to New Orleans, go to a lot of different places, and especially now that I'm a little older and there's a lot of things that I want to experience that I didn't experience as a child, or that I didn't want to experience as a child or as a teen. So, but yeah, like I said, I've traveled a lot of other places as well, like Europe and stuff like that. But that's for another time. Let's get back into first person view now. Just looking through my notes to see if I forgot something. I don't think I did. If you have any questions about these travels and about what I saw or anything, just let me know. I'll see if I can answer your questions. Let's get into first person. Now, today I'm going to do something that I have not done before. I'm going to give you an aerial view of the village, and this is something that I'll do once in a while when I've built up enough stuff. So, like for instance, maybe 5 videos from now, I'll do it again. Maybe 4 videos, who knows? But let's just get up and take a look at it. And I'd say this looks pretty nice. I think it looks realistic, and if ever it feels like it still feels like one of the NPC villages, just better. I think that I've done a great job with this place, and I'm looking forward to building more because this is a really fun project. Because each time I limit myself to one building and one improvement. Like for instance, this time it was putting some trees in the town. Last time it was the well I made better. But this looks, I think this looks pretty good, and everything kind of fits in. I tried not to make anything like big, like for instance, there's no need for a big restaurant in a small town, and instead of building a whole theater, I just built a stage, and instead of building, for instance, a railroad or an airport for my travel experiences, I decided to just build a small harbor because that seemed more natural to the town. But yeah, let's get over to the cinema where this guy waits. Oh god, I'm so mean. Oh, I forgot to turn off this thing. Hey, 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 hey! Leave the doors alone. Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on? Whoa, stop messing with the doors. Oh god, that guy is melting into the wall. This is scary. This is almost a horror movie. Oh yeah, I put up gates here because everybody kept going into minecarts. And you are stuck here forever. Okay. Let's get into a minecart and going into first person. I mean, third person. Now, to a part that I like to call Movie of the Week. Movie of the Week this time is a little thing called Even the Rain. Now, this is a Mexican Spanish movie from. Oh, I've forgotten when it's from. I think it's from the 2000s. And this is a movie starring, among others, Gael Garcia Bernal. A movie about a movie director who wants to make a movie about Christopher Columbus. Well, actually, about one of the priests that accompanied Christopher Columbus to the New World. And he decided to make the movie in Bolivia. For economical reasons. And this is at the same time as a company has decided to privatize the water in Bolivia. And this is based on a real story that actually happened. There was this company, and the people rised up and fought the company. They fought the police, the army. A lot of people got killed because of this, but they won. Go away. We're closed. Yeah. But they actually won, and this is an amazing movie. It has a lot of social and political commentary, both about the native Indian people of the native South American people, both in the times of Columbus and now, and how they were treated and how they reacted, and also about, of course, the thing with the water, the private that thing. I can't say that word. Why can't I say that word? Jesus Christ. But yeah, I just said it a moment ago. Now I can't say it anymore. But yeah, it's an amazing, really truly amazing movie, and Gael Garcia Bernal does it great as always. He is an amazing actor. But this is a movie that it has a lot of things, a lot of messages, a lot of commentary about South America, social and political. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it. Even the Rain, I can't remember the Spanish title, and even if I could remember the Spanish title, I probably couldn't pronounce it correctly because I do not speak Spanish. I'm a koala. I shouldn't even be able to speak English. Anyway, let's get out of this Ooh, still flying far away. Really wish they'd fix that. That's whoop. Whoa! I looked up into the sky. Have fun. I'm so mean to that guy. But I think actually deep down he likes it. Let's open this. Yeah, let's actually look at some of... let's get inside. Oh god, oh hey, whoa, 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 panic! Everybody's panicking. Panic! Oh god, I'm turning off the projector. It's raining. Damn, everybody panicked. One thing I actually noticed about my village is, and the thing, they always, the villagers, even if because I do spawn new villagers, because they don't just come here on their own. But if, for instance, if I place one over here, he will automatically walk this way. I think they want to be centered on the place that was theirs originally, which is a shame. I'm hoping that they should change that so you can actually have villagers walking around in some of the new areas as well. Let's get back into the studio so we don't get wet. Well, let's actually just change the weather. That is one of the powers you have as a god. Weather clear. Oh, there we go. And when I say god, I mean in real life, not in the game. Just kidding. I don't see myself as a god. Maybe a little bit. Anyway, we are back in our lovely studio, and wait a minute. The sun is going down. Let's just use my godly powers again, once more. And la la la, koala. Oh, there's a sheep. Look at that sheep dancing all the way down the hillsides of this beautiful country. Let's take a look at the village. I really like it. I think I've done a great job. But now, let's go to the last part of the show, which is the spotlight, where I talk about other YouTube channels. And the one I have chosen for today is Stuart Ashens. This is a channel about a lot of different things. Stuart Ashens is a British guy that looks a little like Simon Pegg. He has pointed it out a lot of times as well. But he likes to look at crappy things, rip-offs of other projects. Toys that rip off, for instance, Lego or bootleg Star Wars figures, or just clearly rip-offs of the Star Wars franchise, or Transformers and He-Man and stuff like that, but also handheld gaming systems that clearly rip off other gaming systems, and really all about all the cheap crap you can buy very cheaply. That makes sense. He makes a lot of great stuff. He also does some gaming. Mostly, he did a very interesting thing where he tried to find out which game you could die the fastest in. I mean, the game in which you could become game over the fastest. And one of them was actually a game I played. That was Treasure Island Dizzy, where if you go the opposite direction, you're supposed to go into some water and you are game over instantly. But that was a really fun video. He also did some Minecraft, one Minecraft video. His first run on Minecraft, actually pretty fun. But Stuart Ashens, he makes some really great videos. Most of them takes place on his couch, which he uses as a table. He also recently made a movie called, I can't remember what it's called. I think it was called Search for the Game Child. I haven't actually seen it myself, but I am going to eventually. But yeah, go check out his channel. Also, in the links below, there will be a link to my movie list, and of course to Even the Rain, both on IMDb. But yeah, I think this is it for now. Hope you're still enjoying this series. I'll try to keep it interesting. But yeah, koala. I will see you next Tuesday for more of the Mikkel Frost Show. Until then, subscribe to my channel if you have not. Like this video. Check out some of my other videos and press like if you like them. Comment on anything if you have something to comment about. But keep it positive, or at least constructive criticism. I don't want any of that crap on my YouTube page. If you're planning about writing first comment, go fuck yourself. And if you're planning on writing a novel in the commentary section, well, you will automatically get banned from my channel, and I will hunt you down and eat your face, because I'm a koala, and koalas are very aggressive. Anyway, like I said, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because there's going to be lots of fun on this channel and in this show. I'll see you next time for more. Bye.